So this little aeroplane is Andreasen BA4B, and it's built by Bjorn Andreasen, a Swedish aeronautical engineer, and it's an all-metal machine, and it's very similar design to the ubiquitous Pitts, but of course this is a lot cheaper and a lot more fun as well. So it's quite what you call semi-aerobatic, although Sharpie will get the most out of it. And he, as I said, he is an absolutely mad Scotsman, so don't go near him if he asks you for any money, just ignore him. And he doesn't do that in his 777, so if you're going on a BA 777 and the Sharp is up the front, he won't be doing that. The thing making the little bit of noise up the front is an O200 Continental engine designed in conjunction with the Rolls-Royce. That's why it's got a little Rolls-Royce sticker on the side. And it's capable of going up to about +6, -3G. And it's an all-metal aeroplane, so a little bit less maintenance required than on the Pitts. Mark joined the Royal Air Force straight from university, and he was first streamed onto the Buccaneer, where he flew the Buccaneer in Bosnia. And then when the Buccaneer was retired, he was put onto the Tornado, and he flew the Tornado in Iraq. He was a Tornado instructor, and then when he got fed up of talking to the person in the back seat, he went solo and flew the Harrier GR7. He also became a Harrier instructor. And Sharpie used to fly with us in our little group, so no pressure when Sharpie sat at the side of you. He then got fed up of talking to himself in the Harrier, and so then he went to be the weapons instructor and electronic warfare instructor on the Hawk at RAF Valley. So he's flown all sorts, the lucky son. And we've prayed to the lucky weather god and seemed to have got away with it, because when we all flew over from Tatenhill this morning, the cloud base was down to about 800 feet, so it wasn't looking too good, but we seem to be doing okay just now. So the little Andreasen, they're capable of about 95 to 100 knots flat out downhill with the tailwind, but equally at home at around about 65 knots. Don't wave at him, he'll keep his hand. He'll want some money if you wave to him. As you can see, it's all nice and tight. The display all within the confines of the airfield. Quite a manoeuvrable there. It's the old BA4. So we've all trooped over today, the display pilots themselves from RAF Cranwell, and these days getting a bit difficult sometimes at weekends with the catching up with the flying training, so it's sometimes difficult to get slots, so it's now known as Crantanamo is Cranwell.
I love Inception. I really like Inception.
Nice gentle, they call it a quarter clover in the RAF, where they just do a loop and a barrel roll as well. And that was Mark's final pass. Nice, gentle aerobatics on a semi-aerobatic aeroplane, with Mark Sharp getting maximum out of the aeroplane.
Have you watched Shaving Right Priceless? Okay, then Saving Right Priceless. Jesus.
So he's just positioning to land at 08 on the grass, and it's completed the first element of our display. And I'm sure when he comes back, you'll show your appreciation for a very gentle, tidy display from, we should say, Captain Mark Sharp from British Airways. But he was a squabbling leader when he was in the Air Force, so that will do. Ladies and gentlemen, the maddest Scotsman in Lincolnshire, Mark Sharp. The white aeroplane in front of you. It'll be a totally different display to the one you've just seen. This one flown by Chief Technician Phil Burgess from the RAF, who's attached to the Red Arrows just now. Phil is a leading light in the British Aerobatic Championship. In fact, he's leading it just now. And that aeroplane is an unlimited category display aeroplane. So from the gentle manoeuvres, managing energy that you saw with Sharpie, this one is really muck-a-bus stuff. So we'll give you some information on that when it's airborne, but this is at the leading edge of what's possible with aerobatics just now. So we're looking at an aeroplane here capable of +8, -6G. It'll go further than that, but Phil tends to nod off if he goes higher than 8 or 9G. So he's young, he's fit, he's leading the British Aerobatic Championship, so this aeroplane does penetrate a lot more, so he goes higher. So we're hoping you can get his full display in because of this bit of scud that's running through, but I'm sure he'll give full value. So when he's airborne, I'll give you some more information. So the next item, Phil Burgess, Royal Air Force, in his DR-107. Your second item for you today, brought to you by RF Cranwell Flying Club, is Phil Burgess in the DR-107 Rhine 1 design. So just it's a nice gentle takeoff, and he'll climb for height and position, and then he'll run in. And this aeroplane is complete with smoke and all sorts of gadgets, so you should be able to see the aeroplane quite good. Enjoy. A nice little flick roll off the top of the loop, completes the loop. So there you go, so at 3,000 feet per minute that aeroplane can climb at full power. It's designed by an American, Dan Rinn, and it was designed to compete with the extras and the Russian aeroplanes and the pits as a cheaper option. So it's not exactly a poor man's extra, but it's certainly a lot less to run than one of those. Phil's 34, he's still in the Royal Air Force. He's at RF Scampton with the Red Arrows just now. And he's also in the British Aerobatic team, the international team, and he's competing in the British Aerobatic Championships this season. He's got plenty of cups and trophies to show. Aeroplane's stressed to about plus a 12, right, plus or minus 12G. Obviously he's not pulling anything like that today. That's the build quality of the aeroplane. It is a self-build aeroplane if you wanted to do that.
Let's go into the shed. Like rhubarb and custard.
Making the noise up the front is the Lycoming, 180 horsepower, 6-cylinder.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted.
One of the most difficult manoeuvres to perform. Keep the plenty of opposite rudder there, keep the nose pointing in the right direction. And the stall turn at the top at nearly 0 airspeed. Rolling on the vertical. For the end over end out there at the top. There you go. Now you see that's the rate of that aeroplane, a real eyeball rattler. Since he joined the Red Arrows 12 months ago, Phil's his time very precious. Really put into the sword with the Red Arrows. He works all hours at the godsends just about, and so he finds it difficult now to get time to practice. But that's just part of the job of being with the Red Arrows. And that was Phil's last flyby, and so he's now positioned to land 08. And very quiet, very shy individual, but I'm sure you'll show your appreciation for a top-rank, unlimited display aerobatics from Chief Technician. Sorry, he's just been promoted. Chief Technician Phil Burgess, Royal Air Force. Well, just taxiing out there in the beautiful little silence twister is Adrian. The last element we're able to bring you today, and all the displays you've seen today come by via Royal Air Force Clanwell Flying Club. So we hope you've enjoyed that, but as I said with Adrian, now we're into a different type of aerobatics from the last unlimited category from Phil Burgess, and this will be the gentle art of graceful aerobatics where, as I said, managing energy is all important to the aeroplane. It'll be a few minutes climbing for height, but then he'll be running in from the south to start his display. So we'll just keep you advised, but it'll be about 2 or 3 minutes just while he makes all the aeroplanes all good and all temperatures and pressures, and he puts his sandwich box away, and he'll run in, and I'll be back with you. What does that wing profile remind you of? Is that not a little bit like a Spitfire? This little aeroplane got the engine at the front is a Jabiru. She gets a bit like my wife. She gets hot and bothered very quickly when she's on the ground. Adrian's got about 4,000 or 5,000 hours flying experience. He was a glider instructor and examiner. He's also got this lovely little aeroplane and a little Joe Dell down at his farm strip, which is actually near Newark. German built this aeroplane, the Silence Twister, and it is, as you can see, its name is quite apt. It's very, very quiet. As we said, this is all about managing energy. Very gentle, beautiful aerobatics. that's called a half Cuban, where you pull into a loop, and at the top of the loop you roll on the 45 back to upright. That is a quarter clover there, and a barrel roll, and a roll off the top. These aeroplanes, this one was actually factory built, this aeroplane, but you can build these themselves in the kit. Self-built, so you need thousands of hours time to do it, and good facilities in your garage, but you can actually build this aeroplane from the kit. Yeah, I see, look at the profile. If that's not Spitfire, I don't know what is. Lovely gentle aerobatics. What a lovely way to spend Saturday afternoon, just gently rolling around England's skies. So this will be Adrian's final pass to complete his display in the gorgeous little silence twister. So a big wave for Adrian Ham. And a nice gentle barrel roll to finish, and he'll position downwind and land. There, just a little wing rock to say I've finished. Well, that's the last display that Royal Air Force Flying Club Cran will bring to you today. We could bring you a lot more if we've got a lot more money, but there you go. So I hope you've enjoyed that as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. I'm sure you'll give Adrian a big hand when he comes and parks up, and he'll be looking for a cup of tea. Ladies and gentlemen, just pulling up now is that gorgeous silence Mr. Adrian Patton. Your appreciation then for a beautiful gentle aerobatics, the art of managing energy, absolutely 100% shown there by Adrian Han. Real hard work is done on this field getting it ready, and so there's quite a few people to say thank you to. First and foremost is Mike Shelton and his son Paul, who own and run the airfield, give their permission for us to do crazy things in the sky once a year, so thanks to them. Also, the driver behind this with the East Staffordshire Flying Club Committee is our esteemed chair bloke, Mike Tidmarsh. Thanks to Mike and his team, and Brian Hall, and Dick Larder, and Watty, all the guys who know they are, who've helped put today's date together. Because it all starts again tomorrow when they have to knock all this lot down. So thanks to East Staffordshire Flying Club, but more important, thanks to you to coming today to support this very worthwhile cause for the air ambulance.